Welcome to the Adkwart Studios. My name is Adkwart Jr. This is Building a Healthy Nation show live on the Adkwart Studios. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for me. We'll be so I'm sure. I didn't change on the share comment section. I say, Mami, if you like it, now share ma afofro enye bi ensusu enhwe. Teach Ghana for it's say if I am election time no abe. Na ye titi some what I say NDC can we, NPP can we. Now so ni nyina no ebe ejina ye an so ese ye dwene na ehu de ye de ye samo na ikukrumuti no ebe ye enye obi akeke na ese se ye toma no esan se ye obi on ma otoma no ondwene ho onya wi a na afi wa kire se atiye e ma refie ampa no krani obeda ne lechi ahwe pi na ye hu pi na yete afa esem we a mekan hu no we awe be awe NDC youth manifesto no happen Julius oba be ni ordinary speech aba ni se mo atese welcome no emodu ye no krenie emodu na so ha me se wunim no kre no na monye NDC fo kra de kamo de mo ni akandifo no mo ba so nti kamo ba ye no date na matimi approve me right by doing things right, but you people were like going about, you understand, like without doing something best for us, you understand? Yes, yeah, the 2 minutes on some month me fanya bibia. Na FA na NPP force so yamo de na bia. Mo ba beka. Yamo kana mo amu yawe. Okay kan sem bia ye no kre. Am yawe. A je se koso. E wo mayi mu a se ye de ye atu ye e wo sa afa wo. Nti me pese sansem no. Ene usu benya bi. Na watie no hunu de leaders no. Omo de me ni wusika no eye. Ye twem ka yamon bibia na so hwe poor management a omo e bu o man no a che se ne sa sunti no ama living e wo man Ghana mu ha no aye den ka Ghana de ka ha ne ye kurom ye de mu ti se ka ha na se ka fili se adehye na so ya dane enkoa e wo o man mu ye che wo no me ma yakọ no yakọhwe ye Julius ni speech a o ma ya na se manifesto no youth manifesto no NDC youth manifesto no se ma obobobo so eni se ma enema bia e koso o man yi mu a se entwa yie bi mo ayo madwini se o mo hu ye NDC fo mo hu NPP fo mo hu iti no mo yawe se e koso e na o man fa yie anto yie no NPP fo so ba ya o mo ye the same thing no efei e na mo ba bebeka ti yanko na yanko hwe ni sem na okikan ye no ebi.
Young people of our nation, welcome on stage Julius Kwame Anthony.
With deep respect and gratitude, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the next President of the Republic, come January 7, 2025. I also recognize with pride the history maker, the record setter, the next Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor J. Nana Opoku Ajiman. Leadership of the NDC, ladies and gentlemen, comrades, there is no time. Not just in this auditorium, but for our beloved Ghana. There is no time at all. We are in the eye of the worst crisis ever to be seen in a generation. Every sector of our economy is in ruins. Take it from health. Just yesterday, people died at Kolebu because we don't have 2 million Ghana cedis to pay for dialysis. Take it from education. Our GETS fund has been dissipated. Our students cannot pay school fees because to afford a master's in Ghana today, you must hold about 15,000 to 30,000 cedis. Take it from agriculture. Our country is in peril. Agricultural growth is in the negative. Young people who venture into farming grow poor simply because the cost of fertilizer increases on a daily basis. Take it from housing. As Solomon rightly stated, unenforced laws are useless. There are many of us young people here today who still owe rent. Our landlords are after us and nothing is being done about it. My friends, everywhere and everything has collapsed under the corrupt and failed leadership of President Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And out of desperation, our young people are looking for any and every means out of this country. Today, there is more pride and dignity in cleaning toilets in Europe than acquiring degrees in Ghana. We have a situation today where young people would gladly tell you that I would grab a Dutch passport and be a toilet cleaner than stay in Ghana. And what is the reason why? Our country has been plundered, our country has been ripped off, and corruption has taken over the fabrics of this country. And in the face of all this predicament, when young people raise their voices and speak up against the gross injustice and demonstrate against the abuse of power, we are told in a very condescending manner, go face yourselves. We are told to go face ourselves. How do we face ourselves when our parents die at Kolebu simply because the government cannot buy products for dialysis treatment? How do we face ourselves? Then these same young people who must face themselves in Ghana suddenly become the best care workers when they find themselves in the United States or in the United Kingdom. How did we get here? Well, while out of desperation, young people want to flee the shores of Ghana. Leaving Ghana is only one of the options or alternatives of privilege that the people, the class that has seized this country for themselves, do. I speak from a sad heart when I talk about the fact that the young boy from Adafianu in the Volta region would not be able to get a scholarship at the scholarship secretariat, but the daughter of the chairperson of GMPC, who increases his own salary by 400%, whose son has millions of dollars to offer to buy state assets, get scholarships to go and qualify for the bar of England and Wales. Tell me, friends, explain to me, how does a person qualifying to practice at the bar of England and Wales benefit the people of the Republic of Ghana? But it goes only to show that the benefit is about a certain class of people who want to keep themselves in power, perpetuate themselves, keep themselves above you every now and then, and we must go out December 7 to reject those people. If not for sheer wickedness, sheer insensitivity, lack of conscience, and thieving classism. And I want to take that part again. Thieving classism. Explain to me why it makes sense that young people are told today that in the face of unemployment to the tune of 28%, in the face of young people up to 2 million without jobs, without training or skill, we are told that our way out of life is to borrow. Listen to me. No matter how they sugarcoat it, no matter how they say it in English, no matter how flowery they make it, if anybody tells you that without jobs, he is giving you a system where you can borrow, they are asking you to live your very basic life every day on borrowing. That proposition is on the ballot, and that proposition must be rejected. The president's daughter knows that without money in the accounts and without assurances to creditors that you can pay, nobody gives anything to anybody. And that is why the president's daughter, within a span of 7 years, has registered almost 50 companies. And the president's daughter gets from the same Ministry of Health, who is unable to post nurses, who is unable to pay salaries to nurses, contracts to the tune of $34 million. They are securing their futures while asking you to live on debt. That is what they are doing. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is the stark reality of our country today. And I am here to tell you just one simple message. We need a change of direction. The direction we are on to has no promise for us young people. The only promise it leaves us is that we must join the people of other African countries and start going through the deserts to locate ourselves somewhere in Europe. That is where it is leading us. Because if I must borrow to buy parts, then there is no future for our young girls. There's no future at all. And so if we have a situation where these people, who somewhere within the periods of 2012 to 2016, President John Dramani Mahama, in the interest of protecting our young girls, was providing free sanitary products for them, tell you that it is an evil proposition, then turn around today and put taxes on those same products. These same people are on the ballot. And you have to make a choice between them and President Mahama. Now, something starkly distinguishes President Mahama from any other candidate, specifically candidate Bawumia in this election. And this is it. President Mahama's propositions, from digitalization to health to infrastructure, name it, have a correlation and trace to something he has done in the past before. Trace Vice President Bawumia's promises to anything he has done before, and it is failed promises upon failed promises. I start on this note. President Mahama tells you that he is going to make an investment of $50 million in the fintech industry. I can trace you immediately to an investment of $27 million in the pharmaceutical industry. Today, and that is track record. That is what Bawumia lacks. Today, our pharmaceutical industry is exporting products to the whole of West Africa because of that investment. That investment which President Mahama proposes this time is going to be linked to the records of his achievement in the digital and innovation industry. I speak to you today to remind you that the Adkwart Digital Center is linked to this initiative of training 1 million coders. That is track record. Tell me how Vice President Bawumia can link credit scoring to his record of high interest rates, to his record of the state itself being in debt, to his record of increasing exchange rates on a daily basis. Tell me. And to my sisters, I speak about this particular initiative more dearly because the empowerment of women is at the core of the growth of any nation. And until we give women capital and the means to develop their own businesses, we cannot empower them enough. Just giving positions won't be enough. Of course, it will set the example. It will give the inspiration. But women must own capital to be able to be sustainably developed. And so the Women's Bank proposition, which President Mahama makes, is in sharp contrast to the promises of Mahamudu Bawumia, who tells you that borrow to buy parts. It's in sharp contrast with it. And so, this is a call on you. You have a duty come December 7, 2024, to rescue this country from a future of credit. I want to tell you this story, and I'll be ending on it. In every neighborhood, there is this provision shop where once a while you may see an inscription on it, no credit. To deter a prolific borrower or credit purchaser from coming to that shop. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of us in this auditorium and wherever you are under the sound of my voice wants to be the inspiration behind that inscription? The future Mahamudu Bawumia proposes to you is a situation where even if you will not get the no credit signal in town, you'll be receiving it in your emails because you have been living on borrowing too much. And so while President Mahama promises job and the future of self-development, Vice President Bawumia promises you debt even into your graves. And that is on the ballot. And so come December 7, 2024, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow young people, you owe a duty to our aged persons who saved throughout their lives, only for this government to literally seize it from them. They call it debt restructuring and whatever, to deceive you about the reality of what it is they have done. People saved all their lives, only for one president to seize all of it. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you have an obligation as young people to save that generation as well, not only your generation. Ladies and gentlemen, you have an obligation to save the younger generation in our basic schools who do not have textbooks today. But the president thinks that printing Pasco through sole source deals to his friends is a way to develop them. You have a duty to them as well because they would not be voted. And so I am calling on you, wherever you are, anywhere in the country, whether in Accra, in the Volta region, in the north, in the hinterlands. The duty is one. Make sure that come December 7, 2024, you mobilize people in your community, you move from house to house, remind the people of Ghana the dire situation we have to save ourselves from. And President Mahama represents candor, honesty. Today, Vice President Bawumia cannot subject himself even to a single media interview. Vice President Bawumia cannot. But President Mahama represents that credibility that is lacking in our system. He subjected himself to serious media scrutiny, and beyond that, President Mahama is the only former head of state to subject himself to an investigation of the state institution and came out cleared, clean, white, and acquitted. That is the credibility we need going into the future if our young people are going to be safe, if we will be protected, if we will have jobs, and if we will not have debt saddled around us. And so on this note, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage all of you, on December 7th, even before December 7th, start the mobilization. Let's get John Dramani Mahama and Professor Jainana Opoku-Agyeman elected to the presidency once again to save the future of this country. Thank you very much. God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Okay. Yatibio. Bebre no Babeka. The Okan Sujina no Crayon, somewhat echoes or my Ghana, Obisi and Nibeje, say, or your toilet cleaner, ewo, obi my so. Now you betcha the K. Then say, Obetina, no about the degree, excuse me, degree I can see. Now, just say, ni pay crab pono cran in Sanka, a human po cry when you been puno, I not just any pay cry and I come. And some brain echoes so, oh my Ghana. One more time, it's here. Aye, all my time is here. Nya dia, FA na ye baba betin was Debbie. Ekoso NDC 4 time. Akoso NPP 4 so time. FA no ma bekana. Debbie when na omedi dada de omedi dada. It's Julius better back at me say during NDC time. Omo I experience and as one who said this was happening. He saw all that was happening. But because omo person mo ka bibi di favor mo hunti no so hu de te no woni hwan na akoka che o hene se wayi frama da bi utimi nka che we din na odi ahye ho ade bako a ekoso e wo my Ghana mo no kata sumo mo aso e na ekoso iti wa check hwe yes ama o chance bi which you give Mahama and hwan another chance to but ti asema wa ba o mi an kan Mahama kan Mama say first fool is not a fool, second fool is not a fool, but third fool is the fool. Nti change the thing say start now be. Ema adene san be book Eddie. Nigina ne say obe vote wisely. Na obomodi atoma na kwame bedi akụ because we want change and true change. It me say bibia ebe kama. It's as the cost no ya experience ache year pa ache year 8 plus 8 I say 16 years. It's check away. It's a say 23 years. I feel I make 24. Now check the show. See 16 years. I go wasted in my life. What they check a that's will be the just 4 years. I'll see a man power. One bra. Share the plans. All number power crown. When you man why that's also be so a Patronia City. City a Bibia woman hospitals. Bibia Nadia de. Yes, I'm not crying about Bissika or one sika. Nadia de a bicycle shen is say on him or mining in our so crop region back crown still. And it may be ye lacking never be oh it's dear tina as I say ye ma never say happen oh ye mine aha ye diem aha and now ube felice or him and I say or hine to we this year oh chrome and yet ubi mine so ti bomadi the pay ye dear ama o my Ghana me da say oje bre na ohwe djumadi ye frame Ernest Ochre Boatin Junior the dona FM Skylar me ne mo som for na eye me ahoho say me pay ye ama me my Ghana, because that is where I live and belong, and I need to make sure that things will surely work out properly in my nation. That's Ghana. Bye bye.